Listen man, I've got one. He isn't ranked anywhere, but I'm telling you, he's a pro. These are the words of Florida State assistant head coach Charlton Young talking about the then unknown high school player by the name of Devin Vassell. At the time, that quote would have been a very bold statement, considering Vassell was only a 3-star prospect coming out of high school and only had a total of 4 collegiate offers. Now, a couple of years later, it is an undeniable truth. Vassell is a pro and likely will be a lottery pick in mid-October. Since coming onto the scene as an unranked and underlooked recruit, Vassell has seen his NBA stock grow immensely in his second season at Florida State. In 30 total games in the 2019-2020 season, Vassell averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1.6 assists per game. But most of his impact on the game comes outside of the box score. In the modern NBA, defensive versatility is everything a team wants. Players who can guard multiple positions at multiple spots on the floor in multiple ways. There lies arguably the main reason for Vassell's sudden rise in his draft stock over the last 8 months, his defensive impact. Vassell, who stands at 6'6" with an assuring wingspan of 6'9", though it's not too big of a surprise that he's even longer, his added weight and strength makes him even more imposing on the defensive end. This clip right here shows everything I'm talking about. Notice how Vassell disrupts Louisville's attack numerous times by switching onto 4 different players in one possession. This clip alone should have his name highlighted on almost every team's draft board. Vassell's frame and willingness to compete will allow him to thrive in the switch everything rage that has taken over today's NBA. Vassell is a good on-ball defender, evidently ranking in the top 9% of all college isolation defenders last season per Synergy Sports. He doesn't have the most active feet, but his length helps him make up for getting beat on the perimeter. The real treasure behind Vassell's defense, though, comes off the ball. His ability to intercept passes is reminiscent of an NFL free safety. There are times where he essentially leaves his man open, but still forces any potential pass thanks to his presence as a pass picker. Averaging 1.4 steals a game last season, most of these steals came off the ball. Watch this clip. He literally just intercepted a jump pass like Odell Beckham Jr. Vassell's 1-4 guarding capabilities and off-the-ball theatrics will make him an instant asset on this end for whichever team selects him in this year's draft. Vassell's game doesn't stop here though. On offense, he might be the most efficient shooter in this class. Last year, he ranked in the top 5% of all college basketball players in points per possession per Synergy Sports. He is a multi-level shooter, which will be huge for him at the next level, because the best scorers in the NBA have multiple facets to their game and aren't one-dimensional. Vassell's specialty as a shooter comes beyond the 3-point line, which will once again help him immensely at the next level. Last season, Vassell ranked in the top 8% of college 3-point shooters, nailing 41% of his threes. Although he needs to work on his off-the-dribble jumper, this will not be much of a problem for Vassell at all because he projects more as an off-the-ball player rather than a ball-demanding guard. This clip shows a real good look into his jumper. He has a very high release point, which combined with his length makes him a very tough shot to block, and his release is very consistent. The third dimension of Devin Vassell's game, apart from his elite defense and shooting ability, is his transition scoring. Once again, courtesy of Synergy Sports, Vassell ranked in the top 6% of all transition scorers in college basketball last season, averaging almost 2 points while doing so. His elite combination of length, athleticism, and body control make him a tough guard in the open court. NBA teams should also desire this from Devin Vassell as the pace of the game continues to pick up, but being able to get an easy bucket in transition is still just as important as ever. Although Vassell has some flaws in his game, particularly on offense as a playmaker, I believe that he is going to be the steal of this draft because of his ability to do multiple things extremely well that are a huge part of today's NBA. And that's the video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content just like this, as well as let me know what you guys think of Devin Vassell as a prospect in the comments section down below. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.